We are live.
Disagree with you, and now we have to run it in real life.
Are you sending the link?
I haven't yet because I don't have the link yet.
Oh, got it.
I'm sending it to you now.
This is on the party's account?
Yes. But it's, is it the main
Yep.
one? Okay. So it should be on our main YouTube page.
See if I can go there.
I'm good.
Oh, I mean, it's going live, but it's going to
It's,
take a minute.
it's showing that it is there.
Yep, I sent it to you.
You're all there and everything.
Oh, yeah, I can see everybody on that side. And I can hear it too.
I can hear it.
Turning down my speakers. I was
Yeah,
checking
it has
this
the
in.
traffic on there, see that as a placeholder, so yeah.
Are you sure you sent it to me, Drew?
I texted it to you.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear.
Oh, you said send it.
I don't even.
Would you like me to reply to your previous announcement with the new link?
No.
Okay.
Oh, can you email that to me?
Yep.
It is also like 40 characters long, non-repeating. There we go.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Drew.
No problem.
I don't care what Paul says. I think you're great.
Thank you.
I don't care what the video evidence is.
What happened to Steve?
Okay, that has been sent to the public list.
All right.
Mr. Chair,
We're
are you ready?
We're live. Sam, are we input on here? Are we just recording? Yeah. We're not live streaming? Okay.
For live here.
All right, good. We're live there. That's good. Got 2 live streams and a recording going, so if
We're covered.
everything else. Okay. All right, well, so just talking to this mic and then microphone wise, nobody over here is mic'd, right? Correct. We need the lavalier. Yeah, there's one mic in front of the officers, and there's one mic over here. I'll move the secondary mic around. Okay, so you're gonna run around? Okay. Yeah. All right, we're gonna call this meeting back to order. It is 11:40 a.m. We had some technical issues with the stream, so those of us joining on YouTube, welcome back. I was just finishing my chair report. It was chock full of good stuff, but it was not being live streamed. So,
Mr. Chair,
Mimi,
at the end of your report, you had mentioned something about sending a demand letter to Angela McCardle. Could you explain that a little bit better?
Absolutely. So yesterday, on behalf of the LNC, I sent a demand letter to my predecessor, Angela McCardle, demanding restitution for just under $50,000 for the money spent on Freedom Calls LLC. That was an authority granted to me by the LNC. The JC appeal in regards to that motion was nearly unanimous on all accounts. And so with the end of the Beth Fest lawsuit and the passing of 30 days for any appeal, we were in about less than a week that window this past week that we were able to actually take action. So the LNC is taking action on this, and we'll see what next steps come, but that's currently where we're at with demanding restitution.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Anybody else? Any questions, comments?
What did you say the total was?
Just under 50,000.
49.6, I think?
48.6.
No, it's 40.
I misheard it as 15,000.
Oh, no.
It's
49.6 or
49.8.
I'll summarize very briefly the chair's report, even though I recommend you go back and look at the full version. But essentially, the LNC has 3 main priorities we voted on over the past for this year. Number 1 is membership growth and fundraising, which is tied into the Parity Project, which is currently underway. Staff is being retooled to work solely on this project, primarily on this project, and we are getting ready to launch officially after the holidays. So Perry Willis is on board. Drew, Matt, Canyon, Andy, the whole team, Hannah Kennedy, everybody is moving in this direction. So we partnered with Iron Light, and we're getting our data cleaned up, data acquisition to start this endeavor. I've already had a lot of positive feedback, and we should start seeing the gears turning very soon. I'll recap on PDR, Project Centralized Revolution. I'm looking to fundraise $5,000 to pay C. Michael Pickens to do fundraising, or excuse me, to do candidate support material production, which we'll be hosting on Zoho Learning. I'm putting in $1,000. If anybody else wants to join me, I'd like to hit that goal in short order so we can get that content made for 2026. The candidate support committee is happy with it. It's going to help us with our several hundred candidates who want to field in next year. In terms of candidate success, we had about 66% of our candidates elected that ran for office this election cycle on an off year. We had about 30 candidates win, and they won anywhere from mayor to city council, county council, police districts. These are really solid races, great candidates, and we're very excited about that success. Lastly, on Defend the Guard, I'm going to have Travis Boss give an update tomorrow after our meeting is done. I'm going to have him call in and just give us an update there. But with everything going on in Venezuela and around the world, I think it's very prudent. So that's the short summary of my chair's report. Anybody have any questions? All right, hearing none. We'll go ahead and move on to the vice chair report. Mr. Dar.
All right, I already submitted my report in writing, a summary. I do a monthly report via newsletter that goes out at paul.dar.org/newsletter. You can always sign up for that so that people know what's going on in the party as kind of an inside, what's just happening. If you want more LP emails, considering we just lit up all those emails that we're hitting with the parity project that Stephen spoke about earlier, that we're super excited about there. In that I talk about all the goings on as far as work that needs to go on in the party. We are constantly looking for volunteers, for people to work and conduct things in the party that needs to get done. And that's mostly where my concentration is at right now, making sure that we're getting all those tasks that we really need to have done that are just the everyday things within the party, and working with staff and others to make sure that the LNC is making sure we're supporting them the way that we need to. In addition, I was sent some information to pass on to others here that the Judicial Committee, Blade Harnoff is now the chair of the Judicial Committee. That was reported over to me from Mr. Seebeck, who is also looking for volunteers, tellers for the convention, national convention. So if you've been a teller before, you know somebody that you can press gang into being a teller at the national convention, please reach out to Mr. Seebeck. He would greatly appreciate that, and happy to work with him on the bylaws committee that I'll talk about a little bit later, along with the IS committee and all those other committees that I'm not actually on, but just keep volunteering for anyways and showing up to things. Are there any questions? Not hearing any. I get to see the rest of my time, so we move on.
Actually, I think you were going to actually talk about the bylaws.
Oh, was I going to talk about the bylaws?
In your report.
Yes, I'll talk about the bylaws in my report. Excuse me, that did not make the agenda. So that the bylaws report, the report to the LNC, it's not the full report. It's just showing what progress we've made so far as proposals that have gone forward. And those proposals can still be amended and may be amended and additional information added to them there. But you can see what is going forward there. We do have the bylaws committee list. You can find on the subcommittee's page to find out what's going on, when the meetings are. We do get people that show up every once in a while to our bylaws meetings and listen to us argue about, the wording of the bylaws there to try to perfect it, and we'll still argue about it at convention. But if we're doing the best we can over there for everybody that wants things there. If you can always submit proposals to us, and I did bring up another proposal regarding the statement of principles and its application to the LNC. that had been noted as not having been applicable before that Mr. McGee helped make a change for me there that I'll be submitting to the bylaws committee.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Dar. Mr. Secretary. I'm sorry, Mr. Treasurer, you're next.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I submit the treasurer's reports on a monthly basis. I would like to, I've been working on the Financial Standards Committee with Ms. Coward and Mr. Neville. I am in frequent contact with Paula Edwards. I have a very good working relationship with our FEC consultant, Paula Edwards. I've been working with her for years, going back as assistant treasurer in prior LNCs. Everything is up to date in terms of, we have several information requests outstanding from the Federal Election Commission that are due about 4 weeks into the future. They will be addressed on a timely basis. All reports have been filed with the FEC on a timely basis. There are forthcoming amendments that are based on the situations we knew about already, but there are forthcoming amendments that will address the outstanding requests, RFAI's requests for further information from the FEC. I would like to thank Patrick Mitchell, the assistant treasurer, for his assistance with our accountant, Joseph Ciasco. I forget exactly what his last name is, but with All-in-One Accounting, who is the outside accountant who helps in the, mainly is the person preparing the financial statements. Trying to think if there's anything else offhand that is going on. But anyway, I really have worked on the budget, obviously, with the executive committee and the FSC. But beyond the reports that I have filed, and I want to thank Hannah Kennedy as well. I frequently call her with questions, and she contacts me with questions about how to account for things.
We're about to about 5 minutes.
Frequently in
Hold on line, and I'll just put it on
touch with her, and she is always professional
I'll put you on
and very helpful. And I think we have a very good executive director in that regard. That's really all that comes to mind. I'd be happy to entertain any questions if anybody has questions. All right, thank you very much. I'm done.
Thank you, Mr. Redpath. Next is our secretary, Mr. McMahon.
So you all saw the minutes from all of the previous meetings, including the executive committee meetings, all done up and nice and color coded. On top of that, the bylaws requirement to send out the delegate allocations to the different state chairs, state affiliates, was November 30th. Unfortunately, or I guess not unfortunately, but was working with staff diligently over the month of November to ensure that there were corrections to numbers where some members maybe weren't counted correctly, double counted, not counted at all, not listed as pledge sign. We worked with state affiliates to get those numbers corrected. I did not receive the completed numbers until Friday, November 28th. And, worked as hard as I could, as fast as I could over the holiday to then send that data out to all of the state chairs. I did have several state parties, including Arizona, Ms. Heaton, that bounced back when we sent them that information. It is important for affiliates to make sure that we have current information, contact information for the state chairs so that you get this information. But having seen that happen, it was about 12 different states that bounced back, I immediately then forwarded the same email to the public list so that everybody would be able to see it and that there was a preserved record of it on the business list for everyone. And there have been a lot of questions about Tennessee. I've had people email me questions asking, since our presidential candidate was not on the ballot and was not an official write-in, how do they get a delegate for having 3 write-in votes? This was prior to my time on the LNC, but the LNC did receive certification from members in Tennessee that they had written in Chase Oliver. They submitted that. It was presented to the LNC at the time. The LNC voted to adopt and amend the list of votes, vote totals, presidential vote totals, to include those 3 write-in votes for Tennessee, which then gave them that 1 delegate. If you do have any questions, do feel free to email me at secretary@lp.org. I'd be happy to answer them as best that I can. But it is available for every state. You should have received, your chair should have received it, unless of course it bounced back. I will be sending that list to region reps so that they can contact their states to make sure that National has updated contact info for the affiliate. And I think that's it for my report.
All right, well, thank you so much, Mr. Secretary.
Oh, actually, one more thing, Mr. Chair. OneNote is dead. Stop asking me. There will not be OneNotes anymore. The agenda will be posted, shared in an email, and then there will be a folder with all of the public reports that are submitted. But we won't be using OneNote anymore, or at least I won't. You're free to.
For today, these papers serve as the paperwork.
Yes.
For today, or for this meeting.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
All right, next is report of special counsel, Mr. Hall. Mr. Hall, right now we're in open session. Did you want us to go immediately into executive session, or is there anything you wish to share in open session?
Hi, everyone. No, it's not necessary as far as I'm concerned to go into executive session.
Okay, excellent. Mr. Hall, the floor is yours for 30 minutes.
Okay, thank you. I will not need anywhere close to that unless there are questions. I really have just 2 main updates for the LNC, which I think everybody is already aware, but I can expand on them a little bit. The first is that the lawsuit of Vest v. McCardle, in which the LNC was also identified as a defendant, the derivative lawsuit has been dismissed. The period for filing an appeal expired about a week ago, and so that litigation is officially over. So that's very good news, and the best conclusion we could have hoped for as far as that particular lawsuit goes. And then secondly, we have also, the LNC has been sued again by Ms. Harlos, and in this lawsuit that she has filed in DC Superior Court, she is seeking an injunction against the LNC to prevent the LNC from enforcing the NDA that she executed when she joined the LNC. She has filed, apparently with the court, under seal, a confidential affidavit, to use her term, in which she sets forth the alleged facts that she wants the court's permission to be able to disclose. She says to the Federal Election Commission, the Department of Justice, the FBI, any state attorney general who may have jurisdiction, and any other regulatory board that may have jurisdiction over what she calls the alleged offenses. We don't know what those are. They're not specified in her complaint, and we don't know what is in the confidential affidavit either. So it's somewhat hard to evaluate what the lawsuit is about or where to expect that it may lead. But I can say that she has asked the court not to disclose the confidential affidavit to anyone, including the LNC. And I suspect that the court will not grant that request because it's not possible for us to answer the lawsuit in any way if we don't know what the lawsuit is about. That's as far as we've gotten. This complaint was just served on us. I have notified our D&O insurance carrier of the action. I will follow up with them first thing next week because they have not yet responded in terms of providing defense counsel to respond to the lawsuit. In the meantime, Ms. Harlos has emailed the court separately and has copied us on her email. And she is requesting that the court hold a hearing within a week. And that period of time, I think, has already elapsed, and we haven't heard anything from the court. So we'll have to follow up very shortly. We do have a period of 21 days from the service of the complaint to file a response of some kind. And so that date is approaching. We have about 2 weeks from now. I suspect that we can request and will be granted an extension of time, given that we don't even have counsel yet. But that's where we are in that lawsuit. I'm happy to address any other issues that anybody has questions about, but those are the 2 updates that I wanted to provide.
Oliver, I have a question, and then Mr. McMahon, possibly others. How quickly do we expect to hear back, or will we hear back from the court in regards to keeping this sealed? Because if we don't even know what the request is, then it's a little ambiguous as to how we proceed forward.
There's no way to predict when a court will act on anything, really. But in this case, plaintiff has filed a motion for a preliminary injunction. She claims that the case is urgent. I disagree, and I think the court will disagree. But because she's filed a motion for a preliminary injunction and claimed that there's some urgency, I would expect that we will hear from the court soon, but we may not. A motion has been filed and a complaint has been filed, and we have a duty under the rules to respond within the time provided. So we will certainly do that, whether we hear from the court first or not.
Mr. McMahon?
Mr. Hall, so this is Evan. This triggers our D&O. What does that cost to us right now?
I believe the deductible is $25,000, and then after that $25,000, the insurance policy pays for the rest, whatever the fees may total.
Okay. So we're going to be expecting, we probably need to amend our budget to include another $25,000 in immediate legal fees.
That is likely the case, yes.
Okay, thank you.
I should add that the D&O carrier has not yet responded, and so they haven't said that they are going to cover counsel for this litigation, but that is precisely the purpose of the insurance policy, so I assume they will.
Assuming they don't, what would we do?
Well, if they don't, then the LNC would be obligated to find counsel on its own. But I don't really envision any scenario in which the insurance carrier would, refuse to cover the costs of defending this litigation. That's exactly why we have a policy, and the policy says that they have to cover the costs. So minus the deductible, of course.
We're very expensive clients.
Well, yeah, I wonder. I have no way of knowing, but I suspect that they are maybe somewhat concerned that the LNC has now been sued 3 times in 1 year. That can't be good news for any insurance carrier, but they do have an obligation under the policy to cover the costs of the defense counsel.
And do you know what our term is with them? Is it just a yearly, annual term? Do you know what?
Yeah, I believe it's yearly, and I believe it renews automatically.
Do you know when that renewal is?
I don't have the policy in front of me.
When you say automatically, is there an opt-out for the insurer?
Well, there may be. I suppose they have the right to cancel the policy or not to renew it if they don't want to. And similarly, we have the option not to renew the policy if we don't want to. But that shouldn't affect this matter because we are covered under the policy now.
Right.
And so it's not like they could cancel the policy and say, we're not going to cover you.
Mr. Smith?
Can I come over
Yeah,
there?
that's probably good.
Oliver, if you plan to draft a responsive pleading, can we include a motion for a more clear statement as well as a potential motion for sanction for bringing a frivolous lawsuit?
Of course. I mean, all of those options are on the table, and you're correct to point out that perhaps some sort of motion for a more clear statement of a pleading is appropriate here, where the plaintiff is seeking to enjoin us from disclosing, from preventing her from disclosing facts that she won't even disclose to us.
Right. I do also think she's conflating two separate issues with the JFC and Freedom Calls issue in her complaint, and I'd be happy to talk with you separately about that.
I'd be happy to do that. Thank you.
Is anyone else seeking to be recognized?
I think he's at 9 p.m.
Oliver, do you have anything else for us? Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. McMahon has a question.
On behalf of the litigation committee, would you by chance be available tonight at 9 p.m. Central for a brief
Well,
update?
that will be halftime, I believe, of the Big Ten championship game.
Yeah,
So,
Keep the water.
if that's when you need me, yes, I can be available.
Okay, I will call to bring you into the meeting. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
thank you.
All right, anything else for us, Oliver?
That's all.
Okay. No further questions from the body? All right, well, hearing none, Oliver, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you coming on.
Okay, thanks all. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Thanks, you too. Enjoy the game. Bye. All right. All right, so next up is staff reports. Ms. Kennedy, our executive director, is currently having a baby, so she will not be joining us for a staff report. So I am going to call Brian McWilliams and Alex Vidal.
But all of the members do have her
Yes.
staff report in front of you.
I do have her baby registry link if anyone here would like to get her again off of her baby registry.
Can you share that?
I'll do internal.
Yeah, I'm gonna call Alex and see. Hey, what's up, Alex? Good afternoon, my friend. We are on the media portion. I'm waiting to hear back from Brian, but if you're prepared to give the board an update, I've got you on speakerphone. And
Yeah, sure.
go
Sounds good. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, loud and clear.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'll just jump right into it. Hello everyone, Alex Vidal here. Happy to be reporting and helping out with the team since last May, this May. I joined the team. I'm going to briefly kind of go through our growth highlights. So I'm going to give some positive figures that we've seen. We've got a great handful of volunteers that were already on the team even back when I joined most of them in May. But yeah, I stepped in to help lead a lot of our social media efforts. And so this year, starting with, our current figures are 1.3 million followers across all 4 of our socials. Facebook, of course, being our biggest audience still with almost 700,000 there. Zooming out, starting with just looking at the whole year compared to last year, we've got Of course, with Facebook, our biggest, our total engagement is up 245%. And on Instagram, total engagement is up 90% this year. Zooming a little bit more recently, looking at last quarter, July through September, on Facebook, our new followers are up by 57%. Page reach is up by 165% with over 20 million impressions. And then even more recently, in the last 90 days, we are seeing continued growth. New followers still up by 29%. Total engagement up by 22%. That's reactions, comments, and shares. Even more recently, looking at where we've been focusing a little bit more of our efforts on Twitter or X over the last 4 weeks, we've seen replies up 34%. That's thanks to engaging posts like questions and the viral airplane seat, for example. Some of you may have seen. Bookmarks are up by 44% in the last month. I think that's attributed largely to the valuable content. We're starting to post audiobooks, documentaries, and stuff. So bookmarks there. Yeah, just trying out different things. Of course, I'm sure you guys appreciate all the memes and stuff. But what I'm excited about new is to expand our reach through 2026 and beyond. We've got the weekly interview series hosted by our scene chairman, featuring high-profile guests. So we basically did the first sort of trial episode last month. I'm sure many of you saw with Professor Jiang. And our chair has agreed to host these weekly. So I'm going to be helping book guests. The show will be edited with professional production, branding. We'll edit clips into shorts and reels from each weekly episode so that, we get more original content. That is, I think, the project I'm most excited about. So happy to answer any questions. But otherwise, that's, I think, a general positive report that I've got.
Alex, are you able to send us all that in a written report as well?
Yep, absolutely. I was thinking about texting you this even before the call. I wasn't sure if you got a screen or something to show up. I know it's a lot of numbers. But yeah, if you want, I can just kind of copy paste it to you in a text right now, or I'll email it to you.
Email it.
Yeah, sure. Okay, you got it.
And I will also add, because it was in my chair's report earlier, but that kind of got cut off. But since the last time we had our LNC in-person meeting, especially with the whole courting Elon Musk to join the LP, I was getting about 4 to 6 per monthly interviews with places like The Hill, CNN, foreign media, domestic media, New York Post. I mean, it's just all over. So we've gotten a lot of earned media, and I'm not sure if Brian's going to be able to make it or not in the window. I think he's picking up his daughter. Oh, speaking of the devil, hold on, I'm going to merge. Hey, Brian, you're on the meeting. How are you?
Hey, doing great. Just at the mall, so it's not too loud in the background.
No worries. I've got Alex also on the line. He just gave us an update. So we'll segue into whatever you got to share with us.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I can do that doc. Actually, let me pull up the doc so I can reference it as we go here. 1 second. There we go. Okay. So basically, I'm sure did Perry already give his breakdown? You guys already talked about the Perry project, I'm presuming?
Yeah, I did mention it earlier, briefly.
Okay, great. So Perry, Perry Wills is doing the Perry project. So, as that works its way through, I don't want to inundate people with too much as far as, other messaging campaigns, especially because I know we had some complaints about too many emails in the past. But what we do want to work on now is what I'm working on now, in addition to the socials. And also, by the way, one thing I forgot to put on the list is that we've done a couple of the X spaces that have gone well. And I don't know, Steven, if you could talk to LNC about that, but we've got a couple where we're working on. Justin Amash keeps confirming he'll do it, and then every time I ask him for a date, he doesn't give me a date. But he is supposedly going to come on to do a date, talk about Venezuela situation to work on that. But in a larger scale, we had done the 31 Days of Tyranny countdown project, and I was back in July, but that's the type of content that I'd like to do more of. And I think we can still do that concurrently with what's going on with the Parity Project. So Parity Project is, intent on donations, getting people back on board for memberships, et cetera, which is great. And what I'd like to do is roll out the Liberty is Local campaign. And the idea of this is to try to combat burnout within the libertarian sphere. There's a lot of people that are now, libertarian, and a lot of this is just due to the frustration people feel seeing these big world events, the constant wars, the constant spending, and just feeling helpless. And it's a lot of the reason libertarians get burned out and tend to not engage with the movement. So what I want to do with the Liberty is Local campaign is give people a reason to engage locally and believe in the power of what we're doing philosophically, the ability to change what's in front of them in their own lives. And that, I think, can rejuvenate a lot of people's interest in the party, engagement with the philosophy, and keep them from getting this, this burnout where they just kind of say, screw it, I'm done, I'm checking out. So this is going to roll out starting on Monday this week, and I'm going to be putting through our first message. I'm going to work on that later today, get that through to Drew. But they'll be running through this Monday through to January 5th with one weekly message, each one hitting on a different component of local importance, support some local initiatives, changing what's in front of you, and engaging with your community and seeing that change in your own life. So that's one thing we're working on. Another thing, Logan, just give me 2 minutes, sorry guys. Yep. Another thing that we're working on currently is I'm writing 2 scripts for advertisements when we were able to do a fundraising campaign based on a great idea that I think was from Matt and Drew, and apologies if I'm leaving anybody out, but it was to create these anti-war pins, which sold very well. These pins then gave us enough money to move forward on creating some video ads that we're going to run on socials and do make ad buys for. So these are anti-war campaigns, and it's a good time for it, obviously, with what's going on in Venezuela, ongoing conflicts in Ukraine. So there'll be 2 different components to that. The first script I'm writing is already against the next war, which of course is a very known concept within our sphere. And the next one is going to be focused on bringing danger to your doorstep, which I think is a under-talked about aspect of our foreign policy. And that, we all know Ron Paul, the biggest concept of blowback, is going to focus on the dangers that we invite upon ourselves by engaging in warfare nonstop across the globe. We're not making friends, we're not helping anybody. All we're doing is making life more dangerous for Americans and endangering us here at home and our families. The next thing I'll stress is that Matt Hudson has brought back the blog on the LP.org site. So I've been writing fairly lengthy articles, 2 of which were linked in the report I sent through to you, Stephen. But one was on Malay, another one was on, I'm kind of blanking on it. What did I write on? Oh, the irony of Mamdani and the failures of social policies. And we've also supplemented that with an article that was shared from a conversation Stephen had with LP in Russia, which is interesting. And then we had a contributed article, which Matt's been breaking up because it was an epically long piece that Matt's been breaking up in a couple different entries. Once we get through that, then I'll go back and, again, write some additional articles. So we're populating the website with that content, which can either be repurposed through emails and also will go out on social media.
And Brian, I think Wayne will also mention the pro-capitalist messaging too, which will probably be on the blog.
Yep, absolutely. So that one right now is still kind of getting the ball rolling on. So we had a couple people that said they were interested in contributing, and actually one of the blogs right now is from that outreach, Stephen.
Okay.
I think it was from not Terry, but another guy. The other guy's name I think is similar to Terry, but he had submitted that epically long one, which was too long for the intent of the project. And similarly to the 31 Days of Tyranny, I want these to be bite-sized and very shareable. So when we talk about this, I'm basically what we're doing now is I'm working with Terry Batts, who has been very engaged and wants to volunteer her time and writing skills for this. So she and I are going to team up on it. If we get other people to contribute, great. But I just don't want to wait anymore. And so far, nobody else has jumped up. I've sent out the email breaking down what I'm looking for. So we will be moving forward with that as well, just defending the basics of capitalism, dispelling the myths that people bring up, these socialists keep trotting out there, these straw men. So that's what I'm working on right now. And then the last thing that I wanted to address is that so Pat and I have been in communication, although we need to circle back again to find out what we can do another announcement email blast on regarding updates to the LNC 2026. And he and I started to do a video. We tried to do it weekly, but it became a little bit difficult because we're basically what we need is to have guests on or specific topics to address, and we're so far out still that it's a little bit tricky to put those in. So we'll look to do more of these video weekly updates or bi-weekly updates as we get closer to the convention. But even in the ones that we did early on, we did see a very high level of engagement and viewership. I think at one point we had a live stream that reached like 2,000 people, and that was just a general, hey, it's me and Pat talking about what's going on for the convention. So we'll do more of those as we move forward, especially as we get more guests on. I know Pat's been trying to get them to confirm times to come on and do the live interview with some of our guests. And then Pat and I, of course, will just do update shows as we get closer to the convention as well. And that about wraps it up for me at the moment.
All right. Any questions for Brian or Alex? All right. Hearing none. Well, thank you so much, gentlemen. Brian, if you want to send that over, your report, any additional information, I can forward it to the LNC. But really good stuff. I know we're making a lot of
I'll
headway.
email it to you right now.
Okay. Thank you. All right.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
I got it. Thanks, guys. Steven, I just sent you mine via email just now.
Awesome. Got it.
To you, Hannah, and Brian.
All right. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to all.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it, y'all. Have a good one, guys. Bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So next are the region reports. These are supplemental reports. So whatever you don't have in your written report, you can add here. You're more than welcome to yield time if there's nothing additional to add. But we will start with Region 1, Mr. Wiley. Do you have anything you'd like to add to your Region 1 report?
Yes,
Go ahead,
Region
Jim.
1 has one concern,
Okay.
and that is the reduction in the, thank you, Region 1, James Wiley, Alternative Regional 1 Representative, here filling in for Andrew Chatterton. Region 1 has one primary concern, and that's the repeated, it seems to be cropping up all over the place, fake libertarian parties in our region. Our state affiliates have been impersonated. The Libertarian Party of Colorado, Michigan, New Mexico, and many other states in our region, but also beyond our region. So this is a primary concern of our region. This is the only thing I want to focus on today for my report. It's imperative that we pursue people who are committing fraud and representing the trademark Libertarian Party. And I'm here to do that on behalf of New Mexico today and tomorrow. I'm going to be asking that the LNC enter into litigation tomorrow. And so I'll be talking about that more. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Next up is Region 2.
Hello, Jonathan McGee here, representing Region 2. I have submitted a proper report and have nothing further to add, so I'll yield my time.
Thank you very much, sir. Region 3.
You're Region 3 North or South? It's a super region.
You guys got a minute each.
So I submitted a written report. I have nothing to add to it except that if you would like to visit Cowart for Texas/donate, I'm sure it'll be welcome.
Does that include the North and South? Or,
Here, have it.
right, North?
Okay, for Region 3 North, there has not been a written report submitted. I will submit something here and put it on the list here later on today.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. Next up is Region 4, Ms. Robson.
I don't really have much to add, except I do want to mention that we have our convention coming up in February, and you are all invited. It should be very good. We're working on speakers right now, but I can tell you that right now we will be having a LNC chair debate as well as a governor debate for people running for governor in California. Right now there are four candidates that have announced that they're running for governor. Of course, we have top two. I think there's probably going to be 25 or 30 people total running. And it's interesting, though, that we have 4 different people that have announced. That's not typical. And I think it's good because it puts libertarians on a California ballot. So
California, the state party has to approve the governor race. No, anybody can run in the primary.
anybody, yeah, we have top 2 jungle, and you don't need any kind of anything from the governor or from the party to run, but the party can then endorse candidates. So we're going to be having that debate so that we can determine who the party is going to endorse. That will be put on all of the ballots that show that.
So the endorsement shows on the ballot.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so anybody can run as a libertarian for any partisan office, which there aren't that many. It's state offices, U.S. Senate, Congress, and governor are the partisan offices. So, so it'll be interesting to have 4 people debate, and we will be endorsing one of those people. We're going to have other speakers that are really interesting that I'll announce soon. But we've got table opportunities, and we just love to see everybody there. It's in San Diego this year, and San Diego is always beautiful, no matter the time of year. So please come.
Thank you very much, Ms. Robinson. Next is Region 5. So we have no one for Region 5. Region 6. I don't think Pat's here. Pat's not here. Mr. Dar with the region list.
The region list, for the most part, just want to take care of business within their own states. Save the rest of my time.
They sound very libertarian. Okay. All right. Well, Mr. McMahon, you'd like to be recognized?
For those who are watching the live stream, when we break for lunch, just come back to the YouTube channel. And when we restart after lunch, after the lunch recess, it will go live on the YouTube page. The link you currently have won't work. Go to the YouTube page, it will pop up as the current live video when it restarts. Sorry for the technical difficulties earlier today.
All right, so it's 12:25. I'm assuming the 90-minute.
I was just gonna say, if they subscribe and turn on notifications, they'll be notified when we go live.
Like
again.
and subscribe.
Yes.
Like and subscribe.
Hit the LP, yes.
Follow us on all the platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Friendster, MySpace.
Mr. Chair, I move that we recess for 90 minutes for lunch.
Is there a second?
Second. You object? I do object.
Is there a discussion?
If people want to break, fine. I just wanted to say that I took advantage of the 9 to 10 hour, had breakfast with these 2 fine fellow libertarians. Consequently, I ain't that hungry at the moment, but if people want to break, that's certainly okay. I just thought I'd throw my 2 cents out that I feel no personal need for lunch at this time.
Just as an informational point, I haven't eaten.
Well, that solves that.
And we are only 30 minutes behind.
Oh, okay. No problem. Contact.
All right. Any further discussion? Any objection to a break? So 90 minutes. So we'll say we'll reconvene here at 2 o'clock. Right? Yeah. All right. We're broken. Thank you, guys.